Welcome to Dr. MaryOz's Radical Change Now radio program. Today you will learn how to combine healing and the law of attraction to better your own life in mere weeks. Join us on our journey, which starts right now. Here's your host, Dr. MaryOz.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to Radical Change Now. We are a weekly radio show that cares about your healing, transformation, and results. Our show is an opportunity to create the radical change that you want and deserve in your relationships and in your life. Our guests are always powerful and effective healers, coaches, mentors, and energy workers that are already transforming their clients' lives as well as their own lives in a powerful way. Each week we share valuable insights, tips, and advice that will help you on your journey and connect you to experts in the helping field that can take you to the next level of healing and transformation. If you'd like more information on radical change, you can go to our website at radicalchangenow.com. Really super excited today. We've got some very special guests, some of my favorite people, and they have joined us on today's show. And today's show is really all about sharing with you how Radical Change Coaching Academy trains people to create transformation in their own life and learn some of the best coaching, training, and information that's out there. So let me welcome my guests to the show today. Welcome, Craig. Craig, are you there with us?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes. Welcome, Craig.
Hey, thank you. How are you? And thank you for having me on.
Yeah, I'm awesome. Glad that you're here today. And we also have Marissa with us. Welcome, Marissa.
Hi, thanks. Glad to be here.
Yeah, great to hear your voice. And we have Coach Samm, who's been on our show a few times. Welcome back, Coach Samm.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be back.
And we also have Coach Ta with us today.
Hey, Dr. Mary, it's wonderful to be here with everyone.
Yes, wonderful. I agree. To have you here and to be here with everyone as well. So what we wanted to do is we thought it would be really interesting. These are 4 of my coaches that are in my certification coaching program to become a radical change coach. And we thought it would be fun and interesting if we invited them on the show today to kind of share a before and after with you guys. So we kicked off this new training program in November of 2017, and I've asked all the coaches to come to the call today to prepare to share what was life like before Ho'oponopono and before their knowledge of radical change. Where are they at now that they've been in the program for 3 months? And what's possible for their future? What is their bigger, better, brighter future looking like now that they know about radical change? So that's where we're going today. And then about 8 months from now, we're going to invite Craig, Marissa, Coach Samm, and Coach Tar back, and we're going to see where are they at 8 months later. So we're super excited about that. So why don't we let Craig share first? So Craig, welcome.
Oh, thank you very much. How are you?
I'm awesome. I love Wednesdays at 1 o'clock, although I also love Thursdays at 1 o'clock too when we have our training call.
My favorite day. Day.
So share with us a little bit, so we can get this before and after sense. Share with us, what was life like before Ho'oponopono and before you knew about results-oriented living and radical change?
Okay, for me, I've been on kind of like a spiritual journey for the last 15 years, so I've done a ton of self-help and a ton of work on myself, and then I became certified in Ho'oponopono along with the other coaches that are on the line, and it's just that the change has been unbelievable for me. I thought I really knew myself, and now that I'm in the coaching program, I understand I really didn't know much about myself to the level that I know now. I mean, you've made us really take a look at ourselves and be very specific as to who we are, what makes us tick. This to me was one of the biggest aha moments of my life, was really digging deep, because I want to become a coach. I'm obviously in the coaching program now to get out there and coach, and I had been helping people along the way throughout my journey, and to be honest with you, I really didn't have business helping others because A, I didn't know enough about myself, and B, I wasn't trained as a coach to help others. So I really had a big aha moments and times during this training where it's like, oh my God, now I know exactly who I am. Now I know exactly where I want to go. Now learning about coaching and learning your method of coaching has opened my eyes to a whole other world as far as becoming a coach and helping others. And I can't wait to continue on the journey, because I feel like now that I know myself, I can now better help others. And now we're actually working on helping others, and we work with each other. And it's been nothing but a blast, actually, to be able to step into this new found lifestyle and, you know, be able to help people and coach people through anything that's going on in their life.
Yeah, it's very powerful. So I love the vulnerability, Craig. And, you know, if I heard you right, you said, you know, I had no business coaching other people because I didn't know myself well enough. And, you know, for me, that is so heartwarming to hear you say that, because, you know, even as a counselor and a life coach and a results-oriented coach, I actually see sometimes where people that are experts or mentors or professionals or coaches, they don't know themselves and the difference between who am I and who is my client. So instead of really helping somebody figure out what's best for them, they kind of put their stuff on that client, right?
Right.
So I love, you know, your vulnerability of being able to say, I really shouldn't be coaching others until I have enough self-awareness that I can tell the difference between who am I and who are they and what are they asking me for. That's really about them.
Right, and to point out, you know, something that you do often in our coaching program when we're on our calls is you'll say, all right, remove yourself from this. You know, if we're working with somebody else, don't give them what would affect you, because they're different from you. You have to pretty much step into their shoes. And, you know, obviously we go over the order of needs and things like that, and you pretty much have to understand that you have to remove your own personal self from it. And to me, that's, I think, what a lot of coaches probably miss. And I think that's what makes your program so unique, is that you get us to that point where we fully immerse ourselves in the person we're trying to help, instead of coming from our point of view, which can sometimes, be the wrong advice for people. So for me, it's just absolutely life-changing, and I can't wait to continue in the program, and I can't wait to start coaching. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. We're going to go on to Marissa, but it's almost like coaching, it really has nothing to do with I and what can I offer you, but it's more all about you and what do you need based on who you are. Right. Thank you, Craig. How about you, Marissa? Well, where were things at prior to Ho'oponopono and radical change for you?
Well, really, I feel like I've always struggled with just feeling like this world is a safe place, and the universe, God, is loving and wants us to live our best, biggest lives. Okay. And when I learned about Ho'oponopono, the really great part was I was so excited to take the responsibility for what I felt instead of being a victim of everything that's happening or how you're feeling, you know. So to know that I could change that rather than just always being a victim. And then working with your tools even more, using Ho'oponopono plus law of attraction and results-oriented living, it has gotten so much better. I still am a work in progress, but honestly...
We all are, right? We're always
yes.
a work in progress.
But really, like when something knocks me off my rocker, I am able to start thinking about the triangle or do some Ho'oponopono first. I am able to corral in those thoughts and feelings instead of going down the bunny trail that would just lead to more misery. So it's been great.
So, I'm listening. Thank you for, again, vulnerability, but also clarity on your part, right? So to me, my understanding, having worked with lots of people, is that you come to a call and you say, I'm discovering life is safer than I ever thought before, right? We call that an unconscious conflict. Everything changes from the inside out, and in your outer world when all of a sudden life feels safe enough to live and love.
Definitely.
Right? So huge shift. That's a huge shift for you. To me, that's radical. That's a great definition of radical change, right? I went from living a lot of my life not knowing that I didn't feel like life was safe enough, or if I knew it, I didn't know what to do with it. And I'm no longer in that place where I'm coming out of it with tools that work for me on a daily basis.
Definitely.
Right? And what a great testimonial for all our listeners today that might feel like a victim or stuck in victimhood. That's a really painful place to be. And the way out of that is to really get a mentor or a coach who knows the right things to guide you to so that you can choose to leave victimhood behind. Correct? Right? Would you agree?
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you, Marissa. How about Sam? Same question.
So I would have to really agree with Craig. The biggest thing that hits me is really I have this feeling now of really knowing who I am and knowing more about myself and what the reasons why I do things or the way that I connect with other people. But the other thing that really hits me is I know when we talk about our program, we talk about, our members coming in at all different phases of their life. And I feel like right now I'm on that phase of really taking a new journey and a new path. So I feel that Ho'oponopono and our Radical Change course has really supported me in that. And I came to the course happy. I came to the course filled. But it's amazing to see how much happier I am. Like I never really thought that was even possible because I already was happy. So it really just took me to that next level that I really couldn't even think that was tangible.
Awesome. I love that. So yeah, I definitely, just like you were saying, you agree with Craig. Anytime we do self-awareness, whether we're doing it to become a coach or we're in our own life and we're growing with self-awareness, the beautiful thing about self-awareness is it keeps us out of blame, shame, and justifying. And if you're going to live a life, Sam and I are getting ready to deliver a very high mastermind to a few very powerful women. And we're going to do a lot of work around self-awareness, because when you have self-awareness and you're empowered with awareness, your true value and your true worth, you don't fall into blaming others, shaming yourself or others, or justifying what you haven't done or what you need to do. Right. So that self-awareness, if you don't even want to be a coach, just the whole power and the gift of self-awareness could be life-changing. And then, yeah, you're right, Sam, right? Because people come to us on all different levels, and it's like, maybe you just want to be happier. Maybe you just want to be healthier. Maybe you're incredibly successful and you're not enjoying it enough. Or maybe you are, and you just need help figuring out what's next because I've accomplished so much, right? So in our programs, we find that people often fall in love with their life in a bigger way or for the first time, and they start to build a bigger, brighter, better future, and they realize that they had more of a need to heal their self-worth and their self-value than they realized.
Yeah.
So exactly. Awesome. Yeah. Thank you, Sam. And Ta?
Thank you, Dr. Mary. It's an honor to be here with everyone. Well, I'm with Marissa. I'm a work in progress, as we all are. And like Craig and Sam said, not really understanding myself. I'm always knowing myself as being very aware of myself, but not at a deeper level. So what I learned was one of my top needs was significance. And I had a conflicting belief with being significant that is not right. And all these years I was denying or not even knowing my needs and not meeting my other two spiritual needs, which was growth and contribution. And what I was struggling with almost all my life was this unconscious, conflicting, living the belief that I'm not good enough and what I want isn't available to me. And what I want is to be a teacher, a coach that transform people. And I unconsciously believed that I wasn't good enough, that it wasn't available to me because I didn't finish college or got a university degree, and the opportunity would never present itself. And of course, I know that's not true now. And especially learning so much and have changed so much in your programs.
Wow. So Ty, you really shared a lot that, again, one of the things I'm so proud of all my coaches is just being willing to come to the call. We have about 20,000 followers on our show. And, just to really share some emotional spots in life that didn't feel comfortable. And to let our audience know is that, myself included, we've been vulnerable in life. We haven't always felt so strong and resourceful. And it's true, Tar, we dive deep in our programs. And, you're right. When you discover, hey, significance is really important to me, and somewhere in there you had this it's like kind of like Marissa's story. If you need significance for life to work, but you've wired up that it's not okay to be significant, like talk about sinking your own ship, right? Mm-hmm. So, of course, clarity on that. And then I know a lot of our listeners can relate to just not feeling good enough, right? In fact, very often as a counselor and a coach, I'm aware of the fact that the two biggest struggles that people have in life is somewhere internally at some point in their life, they either struggled with, I'm not good enough or I'm not lovable, right? So I know a lot of our listeners today have had times in their life where they could really relate to that. And then how painful is it that if you really then back that up with a belief, I can't get what I want and need in life. I can't get what I want, or I can't get what I deserve, or I'm not sure what I deserve, right? So those are really
very painful for the mind.
Yeah, very painful journeys. And the interesting thing for me is why is coaching and counseling so important is because although we do need to lead ourselves, help ourselves, and know how to really improve our own lives, it's in these moments of stuckness that a really qualified, results-oriented coach can not only help us, but help us quickly, powerfully, with the least amount of pain possible, right? And who wouldn't be interested in that?
Absolutely, who wouldn't?
So, Tom, we have another 30 seconds. Anything you want to add to that?
Last thing was, I was suffering from a depression all these years that I didn't believe in. So when I told my friend I'm suffering from depression I didn't believe in, they were like, huh? Because I truly do not believe in depression. And having taken your program, now I understand the cause of the depression was my mind had a conflicting belief, which was I'm not good enough. But I know that I'm good enough. And what I want isn't available, which isn't true because what I want is available. And I know it's on its way.
Right. Awesome. Well said. And, and also in our program, we help people realize how sometimes we do depression, sometimes we do sadness, sometimes we do a life of pain, and we would never do it on purpose. But what we've learned in life, the decisions we made, and the way we've learned to be has resulted in the very thing that we don't want in our life at all. So that's why we call it radical change, is when we can take somebody from a place like that to a place where they're so empowered that they have a toolbox of resources, where what Craig said earlier in the show is we can really help anybody with any issue anytime, and we can do it quickly. So really, really powerful stuff that we have at Radical Change Coaching Academy. So thank you guys for sharing your vulnerability and your rough moments. We're going to go to a quick commercial break. And I want our audience to stay tuned. Make sure you come back, because when we come back, our coaches, all four of our coaches, will be sharing with us what's going on. Like, what are they appreciating the most? What's shifting and changing in their lives that's making a big difference? So stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Find out what makes the most successful people tick. Keep listening to the Voice America Empowerment Channel. VoiceAmericaEmpowerment.com.
Dr. MaryOz's Radical Change Coaching Program will help you set a healing foundation in your life and teach you how to manifest more of what you want. Are you ready to get the results and radical change you have been longing for too long? Very often our clients tell us that this is the most powerful coaching they have ever received. Come join us and start living life with more results, more love, more wealth, health, and peace, as well as inspiration. For more information, call Coach Samm at 1-833-447-CHANGE. Need help deciding if our Radical Change coaching program is right for you? Apply for a free strategy session with one of our coaches. Be prepared to dive deep and identify the areas in life in which you need healing and transformation. Together, we will clarify how to close the gap from where you are to where you want to be and discover what's possible now. How would it feel to get big changes in less than 30 days for you, your loved ones, and your business? Apply now by calling Coach Samm at 1-833-447-CHANGE or visit us at radicalchangenow.com.
Follow us on Twitter for more great ideas at Voice America Empowerment.
You are listening to Radical Change Now with Dr. MaryOz. If you'd like to participate in our discussion today, the phone lines are open. Reach us at 1-888-346-9141. That's 1-888-346-9141. Let's get back to Radical Change Now. Here again is Dr. MaryOz.
So I'd like to welcome back our 4 coaches today. We are on the line with Coach Craig, Coach Marissa, Coach Samm, and Coach Ta. And thank you guys for not only saying yes to share today, like share your vulnerability, the before and the after, but, thank you for trusting in me. And thank you for saying yes to this incredibly powerful training program that we're talking about today. And I thought maybe we could actually share with our audience. So it's the same question for all 4 of you guys. This is a radical change coaching certification training program that you invested an entire year to. And we meet on a weekly basis, 3 times a month, and then you have a week off where you have to hold yourself accountable. But I was wondering what made you say yes to this program for an entire year. And also it's an investment. You guys have made a pretty hefty investment and a big leap here. So what made you say yes to our Radical Change coaching program? Craig?
Well, yeah, for me, meeting you, obviously we met you during a Ho'oponopono training, and I listened to you speak. And at that time in my life, I was on a good journey, a great path, and I was doing my thing. And I said to myself, I really need a good mentor. I really am looking for someone to take me to that next level and to guide me to become the coach I want to become, healer, mentor. And after I heard you speak, and you and I spoke for a little while afterwards, I was like, this is it. This just feels right. So, I signed up for your program. We did the 90-day program, and I just fell in love with the knowledge that I was getting. I don't think there's another program out there that gives this much to their coaches the way that you do. I mean, to learn about the needs in life and the triangle and the circles and the things that you give us are just so unique to this type of life that I want to live, to this type of training I want to get, that I couldn't say no. I was hooked. I was automatically hooked, and it's been a success. I get to get on the phone with the other coaches every week and listen to their coaching, the way they do it, the way I do it, and it's just, I'm learning so much so quickly that the investment I put in is so well worth. It's the best money I've ever spent. That's all I can say, because, if you go, again, if I went to college again to get a degree in this, and it would cost a fortune, and I'm sure I would get none of this knowledge, because it's just not taught the way that you teach it and in the levels that you show us. So for me, it was a no-brainer. It was, the universe answering my call for the right teacher and the right program, and I thank God every day for it, because I can see it's going to be hugely, life-changing for me. That's definitely how I feel about it. And again, it was just the right time, the right place, and the right person.
So I was listening to Craig, and you helped me just create a nice slogan. It's called "Love It, Live It, Coach It." Right? Because that's kind of what I just heard you say. It's like, I fell in love with the knowledge. I'm living it myself, because that's step 1 in our training. And then you coach it, right? Because we only ask others to go where we've already been willing. It kind of sounds a little Star Trek-y, but we're going where we've gone before, right? So a little opposite of Star Trek. But also what you said really brought me back to like 30 years ago when I was a brand new counselor, and I was a little lost in my counseling, like brand new, starting my business, and I attended a workshop, and there was a woman named Lois Carey, and I watched her teach. It was a difficult course. It was a course on rape and sexual abuse, but I was watching her teach, and I thought, this woman knows her stuff. And I was like, this woman is somebody that I could trust. And I just knew that immediately in this 1-hour course that I took with her. So it's true, very often in life, because life loves us and the universe supports us, it brings us to the people that we're supposed to meet at the right time. So awesome. I'm glad you're feeling so good about everything.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
How about you, Marissa? What made you invest?
Well, I really echo a lot of what Craig said. I had actually, before the Ho'oponopono seminar, already talked with Coach Samm with the Ho'oponopono free session knew I was intrigued. And then as soon as you offered the 90 days when we were there, it was hands down, I was doing it. And like Craig said, I was looking for someone to help me keep growing, and you completely resonated. Then through those 90 days, we learned so much, and really understanding like myself, why I do what I do with the order of needs, and other people, and all these new tools that then the coaching program to further help myself, and then hopefully get to a point of, like you said, love it, live it, coach it. I want to get my own life great and help other people get their lives great too. So it would always seem like the right step to take.
Awesome. Very good. Love it. Love it. And I know you, as a coach too, you have some unique ideas about, can you share your unique ideas with us about who you want to coach or?
Yeah, I have been working in natural medicine for the last 11 years, and I love what I do, but I also really want to help people understand we're dealing with pathogens. That's not where it starts. I want to help people understand that the start of it is our thoughts and feelings. So if we can use the coaching to help, identify it, clean it out, even prevent it from happening, that then the physical dis-ease in the body can go away or doesn't even have to be an issue.
Right. There's such a need for that. I love that, and that's for all our coaches on the call today, is that come be a radical change coach, and we're going to train you how to be a radical change coach. And we want you to be our radical change coach for us, but we also want you to find a niche where you can make a difference in the world, right? Marissa has a lot to offer people in that area, and we want to see Marissa find her niche. And towards the end of our Radical Change coaching program, we're going to help you with some marketing skills as well, so that all the coaches get to build out a coaching company for themselves as well. It's pretty cool. Thank you. Thank you, Marissa.
Thanks.
Sam?
So again, I'm going to echo what my fellow coaches are saying, but I think for me, it was a no-brainer, because when it comes to investing right in yourself, you're not only investing money, but you're investing time, you're investing energy. But the biggest outcome that makes all sense for me is growth. So when I look at it, I'm not really investing money, I'm investing in my growth. And as a person, that's what drives me, that's what keeps me going. I love growing to the best that I could be, so I could be the best for other people. So really my simple answer is the meaning and the reason for this investment is I just want to grow myself and grow my coaching abilities for other people.
Awesome. Yeah, I think your mom is a role model of that too. I think that your mom has invested in probably more programs than I know anyone else has.
And you should meet her one day.
I should meet her one day.
You guys are very alike.
I think I like her already.
Shocking.
But it's interesting too, because I find that there are a lot of people that hesitate to invest in coaching, or they hesitate to invest in masterminds. And, they don't always see the value of, why do I need personal self-development? Why do I need change in my life? And then there are other people and that's all of us on the call today, right? There's other people that we're just so open to it. And I kind of live for that. And it's radically changed who I am, how I show up in life, how I've raised my children. And I even see that when I go on some masterminds that myself, and there's 6, 8, or 10 people. And I've done this work so long in such intimate settings that you just notice there's a comfort zone, a confidence, and a clarity that everyday people don't have. So, Todd said it earlier too. I mean, the growth, right? The growth is so valuable that we can actually put a price on it. So, well said, Sam. Thank you. Todd?
Well, what everyone said resonated with me so deeply. I made a decision because of you, Dr. Mary. You are a phenomenal person. Thank you for being you. Also for the content, the training, for myself, my future client, and because it's what my heart desired, and it's also to follow your footstep, that I'm going to be an extraordinary, zealous teacher and radical change coach. Very quickly, I want to share you a quick story. And speaking about the universe earlier with Craig and how he made his decision. Back in 2016, I completed the self-identity through Ho'oponopono training. Mm-hmm. And that was affiliate of Mona Simona and Dr. Hugh Lin. And then after that, I was so enthusiastic. I had contacted a coordinator of the organization and wanted to volunteer my time and willing to drive, fly, whatever, just volunteer my time and learn and hopefully one day to be an instructor. And the email I got back was that they were guided, it wasn't the right time. So I was very disappointed because the event that I had volunteered, it's also the same time that all of us met at the Advanced Ho'opono Live Training with Dr. Joe Vitale. So that's one sign there. And there were many speakers there. All of them were great. But then when I heard you spoke, I was in awe. Before attending the live training and studying Ho'opono, I was wondering, is there anyone out there offering a coaching program combining Ho'oponopono and the law of attraction? And wow. There you were on stage, the answer to my wonder. And to top it off, my all-time love, Tony Robbins. I still have the first book I got from Awaken the Giant Within, and Awaken the Giant Within. And when you spoke about result-oriented living, and you were one of Tony Robbins' result-oriented coach, I was like, that's it, I'm sold. And then during the break, I remember talking to Stephanie and Sam at the registration booth for your Radical Change Now program. And I asked, what would it take to be a certified radical change coach? And they said, take the program first. And then Dr. Mary, you came by, and then I believe I said, meet your future radical change coach, and the rest was history.
That's true. I love that story, Tar. And, I love that. Thank you for sharing that. And, first of all, let's just kudos to the universe, right? Because it is true. Tar specifically got clear on what he wanted. He put it out there, right? So what you want is the law of deliberate intent. He believes in the law of attraction. He was Ho'oponoponoing at the time. Then he put it out there in a playful, detached way. I wonder if that perfect coach or that right coach is out there for me. And then he goes on a Ho'oponopono event, and then I happen to be one of the speakers. So it's kind of like when you're at a restaurant and you tell the waiter or the waitress exactly how you want your meal. Do you want chicken cacciatore with extra sauce and extra onions and no cheese? Because once we're specific with the universe is happy to deliver what we ask for. And then I love that you brought up Tony Robbins because, I was thinking ahead for a second. What am I going to share before we take our next commercial break? And I really do want to just give a shout out and a thank you to Tony Robbins. My very first seminar was probably 16, 17 years ago, and it was a Tony Robbins event. And my friend Marguerite at the time was going through a rough time, and she literally dragged me. I didn't even know 3-day events happened. I didn't even know who Tony Robbins was. And she literally dragged me to an event because she needed to go and she didn't want to go alone. And that event, it was actually a 4-day event. It went from Thursday to Monday morning or something. And that event changed my life. And it was at the end of that event that Tony Robbins offered what's called a master's class. And it was like a $10,000 price range. And I really thought to myself, who in the world would spend that much money to change their life? And yet inside there was this burning feeling that I wanted to do it. And then, of course, I did go on to study with Tony Robbins, become an Anthony Robbins coach for a couple of years. And his knowledge and his strategies and materials have really shaped me into being a big part of who I am today. So then as life went on, I found for me, I love the Tony Robbins material and everything I learned. It also made my business, I learned how to be really effective as a counselor, and it helped my business and my sales and business. But I was stuck on this other level of energy work. And I'm the person who would love to squeeze a round peg into a square hole. And I wasn't cooperating with the universe. I was so goal-oriented and I was so in my head that I was jamming up my own success. So it wasn't until I learned a combination of Ho'oponopono, and law of attraction, that I was able to really align myself and really start to sink my teeth into being, doing, and having anything I want in life. So big shout out to Tony Robbins. I'm a big fan of his. He's radically changed my life, which has affected my children's life, my family's life, as well as like thousands and tens of thousands of clients that I have worked with over the last 10 years. So it really is about self-awareness, right? You got to realize I woke up today and something in life isn't feeling fulfilled enough. Something in life isn't working well enough for me. And then just knowing, where can I get a powerful coach or a powerful mentor who can make a big difference in the world and take me from A to Z. But you want to work with someone who has that self-awareness and has the tools, and they're not just showing up hoping they can make a difference in your life. They're showing up because, one, they've already done it. Two, they've been trained well, and they actually have a system, an actual system with tools in their tools in their toolbox, that when they coach you, they're just following their system and they know exactly what to do. So a big thank you to all my coaches and sharing what you just shared. And we're going to take a second commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about what's next for the coaches. Where are they at? What are they super excited about? And maybe they'll even share with us a little bit about what does their bigger, brighter, better future look like for them.
Live up to your fullest potential. This is the Voice America Empowerment Channel.
Dr. Mary Oz's Radical Change Coaching Program will help you set a healing foundation in your life and teach you how to manifest more of what you want. Are you ready to get the results and radical change you have been longing for too long? Very often our clients tell us that this is the most powerful coaching they have ever received. Come join us and start living life with more results, more love, more wealth, health, and peace, as well as inspiration. For more information, call Coach Samm at 1-833-447-CHANGE. Need help deciding if our Radical Change coaching program is right for you? Apply for a free strategy session with one of our coaches. Be prepared to dive deep and identify the areas in life in which you need healing and transformation. Together, we will clarify how to close the gap from where you are to where you want to be and discover what's possible now. How would it feel to get big changes in less than 30 days for you, your loved ones, and your business? Apply now by calling Coach Samm at 1-833-447-CHANGE or visit us at radicalchangenow.com.
Friend us on Facebook to keep up with what's empowering the world. Voice America Empowerment.
You are listening to Radical Change Now with Dr. Mary Oz. If you'd like to participate in our discussion today, the phone lines are open. Reach us at 1-888-346-9141. That's 1-888-346-9141. Let's get back to Radical Change Now. Here again is Dr. Mary Oz.
So welcome back, everyone. We're here with Coach Craig, Coach Marissa, Coach Samm, and Coach Tar, and we're talking about their experience in the Radical Change Coaching Certification Program. And I think we're just at the end of month 3. So I'm going to ask all the coaches to share with us what's going on 90 days into the program. What are you feeling? What are you thinking? Where you're at? Is it helping you have a bigger, brighter, better future? So once again, we're going to start off with you, Coach Craig.
Sure. Well, for me, so far the first 3 months have been amazing. Again, it was actually a little tough at the beginning, really digging deep to figure out who I was. It's not easy to do because we get very specific as to who we are. So we had to go back over some of the past and some things that happened in our lives. So it was tough, but I'm so glad I did it because now I truly understand myself. Going forward, now that we're 3 months into it, we spent the first month really working on ourselves, the second and third month taking care of each other and working with each other and actually, grabbing some family members and friends and doing the work with them, which was super exciting. But for me, the next step, I think we start tomorrow. We're learning a whole new set of material, and going forward for the rest of the year, just to continue this journey of learning and becoming the best coach I can be. And I think it was a few weeks ago when Dr. Mary jumped in on one of our calls and did some coaching, and she took one of our coaches from 0 to 100% in no time. And to be able to change somebody's outlook in life that quickly, to me, is the thing I'm looking forward to the most when it comes to being able to coach other people, is just how specific you can be and how you can really radically change somebody's life for them by teaching them the information that we're learning as coaches, So to me, that is what I'm looking forward to the most, is becoming the most powerful and perfect, and not perfect, as best as I can be, the coach that I can be. And on top of that, I know towards the end of our training, we're going to learn how to market ourselves and do that. And that's where I definitely feel is probably my weakest link in my journey. So I can't wait to learn about that stuff and to fully complete the whole process. And that should tie it all in for me so that I can actually go out and do what I've been dying to do, and that's help other people. I can't wait to begin to help other people and actually know what I'm doing. I've been helping people along because I've been through the journey, but I didn't know, like I said before, I didn't know myself well enough. I shouldn't have been teaching anybody. So to finally be able to teach people with knowledge that I really, really know, like I really know we're going to get, I've got such a grip on things already, and I can't wait to really just know something so thoroughly that I'll be able to help pretty much anybody that I think I come across, including friends and family, who I deal with my children differently now because of what I've learned in this program, I deal with my girlfriend differently because of what I've learned, so it's just, it enhances your life completely, even if you don't want to become a coach, but for me, becoming a coach is something I've always wanted to do, and I feel like this is the perfect program for me because if you follow the steps that you've taught us, this is a 99.99, percent it's going to work. There's no doubt about it. So I look so forward to that. I look forward to starting a practice and having clients and being able to just transform and change people's lives for the better.
So you sound very hopeful and very confident, Craig, which I want to support you in that. And part of it is the beauty of having the steps, the tools, and the system, right? Really, Radical Change Coaching Training Certification Program, we're teaching you not only the tools, but we're teaching you a system. And then you get to lean on the system, which helps you feel hopeful and confident, which is a big part that some coaches are missing. Awesome. Yeah. Thank you, Craig.
Thank
Marissa?
you, and thanks for filling up my toolbox.
My pleasure. I've got some more tools for you.
I can't wait.
Marissa?
Yeah, in the last 3 months, and this might seem like a baby step to some, but coming from where I came from, when I now say everything is always working out for me, as Abraham Hicks says, to say, I feel it, and the universe is showing me every day. So for the last 3 months, I've had profound change in my life. I now feel not so much defense, but like open up and enjoy the world. And I'm really excited to, learn more and more tools. It's kind of like Craig was saying, you want more and more of it. Thursdays are the best day. And coming from where I came from, I am really excited to get myself to a great place and help other people to realize that life can be spectacular and exciting and fun and just as great as they want it to be.
It's like radical change coaches get to dream big, right?
Yes.
You get to dream big about the difference you're going to make, the people you're going to help. How are you going to take another profession that you're amazing at, very gifted at, combine it with the radical change coaching skills, and make something unique and powerful, right?
Definitely.
And I think what you're talking about is really important in a program for it to be powerful, Marissa, is that, we talked about living it, but you're also talking about before we can live it, we have to embody it, right? It has to become not just self-awareness, but it has to become so real for us, right? And that's kind of what I'm getting that vibe from you, is that almost like this is breathing life back into you or breathing life back into your goals.
Yes.
Is that fair to say?
Yep.
Awesome. Well, thank you. I'm so glad you're with us. Thank you, Marissa.
Thank
Coach Samm.
So I know I've been on the show a couple times, and 2 shows in particular I came on and I talked about how I really want to impact the world with children. So I think that's kind of where I really see myself going after this program is I really did some great work with myself. I really discovered my value and what I have to offer. So I would love to really take my knowledge of results-oriented living and figure out a way to touch the lives of so many more people. And my goal would really be to reach children. And it's such an important message for children to understand their self-worth, their value, and their really self-esteem issues, and have them really understand themselves and be able to support themselves and how to understand others, especially in like middle school years and elementary and high school years. That's huge, because that's really when we start laying a foundation of life and really start making relationships with others. So I would love to be able to maybe get into some schools and do some work, some results-oriented work with children, and even do some work with adults, working with relationships so they can understand themselves and understand their partners better.
So I love the clarity. I love the passion, kind of dreaming big as well, right? It almost seems like a byproduct of radical change is that you give yourself permission to think big and to dream big. And then, my heart is just kind of like, be still, because like anytime somebody who's powerful, healthy, and strong and wants to create programs or help children at a young age know information and tools that are helping adults, like what all you guys are sharing on a line today. I mean, right? I mean, that's just like, we need more of that. The world needs that. So beautiful. Very nice. Nicely said, Sam.
Thank you.
Anything else?
I feel fulfilled.
Okay, we are complete then.
Yeah.
You are fulfilled. Okay, Todd.
What Sam said absolutely resonated with me. Our current educational system, from kindergarten, middle school, even college, does not have the curriculum that what you're teaching us, life skills, all the things that we're learning. So I'm with you on that, on Sam. The other thing is, I'm excited that my needs are being met. My spiritual need for growth, contribution, significance are being met. And significant, I used to not like it, but now I like it, because my way of doing significant is as long as I'm growing inside, as long as I'm making a contribution, I feel significant.
So you changed your entire meaning, because earlier in the show, you said you once believed that significance was not okay to do. It wasn't right. So
yes, and it wasn't spiritual too. It's not spiritual to be significant, which is not true.
Right. And now you've literally shifted purposely, consciously, your meaning of significance to include spirituality and growth.
Yes.
Awesome. That's a beautiful shift, Todd.
Thanks to you, Dr. Mary.
It's my pleasure. It's really you. I just kind of guide you. I'm just the little light that guides you. But I know you have put in a lot of time, energy, soul searching, right? Your wheels are always turning.
And that's what coaching is all about. It's not telling people what to do. It's about asking powerful questions and creating a space for them and help them come up with their own solution. And one of the things I'm most proud of myself is my gift for being incredibly resourceful. I have a natural talent for identifying the root cause of almost any problem and then strategically help people help themselves to come up with their own solution.
I love that.
Now, what I've learned from you, your program just enhanced that tenfold.
Awesome. Powerful. I love that. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So we have about 2 minutes left. Would anyone feel like they want to share anything else before we wrap up our call today? Anybody feeling like they want to get one more word in there? Quiet. Well, I would like to just thank you guys then. Thank you for saying yes to the program. I'm really proud of each and every one of you. Like, I feel like we have no weak link going on here. You guys come to every call. Nobody misses any calls. I watch you gently coach each other, call each other out. I know that some of you guys are so invested. You're even doing some accountability partnerships, which I didn't assign. You're just doing that on your own. And I know everybody is taking the knowledge and applying it to yourself, girlfriends, spouses, family members. And I know you're really out there owning the first 90 days of the material. And so I just want to thank you guys for being all in and playing full out. And, you know, it's just the beginning. We're only 90 days in. We still have another 9 months to go. And I just know that you guys are going to continue to show up and be your best selves. And, you know, just listening to you guys, and I'm thinking about all those kids one day in elementary and junior high and high school, getting this information one way or another, or all the people that you guys are going to be affecting. And to me, it's just like, kind of is just a dream come true. So I'm not this one man force or one woman force, but we actually have a team of radical change coaches that are ready to make a big difference in the world, in people's lives at all different ages. And it just makes me super happy. So I do want to share with you guys. So first of all, let me thank everybody. Coach Craig, thank you.
Oh, thank you, Doc. I appreciate it. And thank you for allowing me to share today.
My pleasure. And Marissa, thank you as well.
Thank you. It was such a pleasure.
It's great to have you. And Coach Samm, thank you for coming back again.
I'm always here. Thank you.
Good to know. I'm going to remember that. And Coach Tara, thank you very much. You always have an amazing insight. Yes. So thank you for joining our show today as we talk about the 4 coaches who are training in our Radical Change certification program. And this was just the before. And they're going to come back and spend more time with us and join us in about 8 months from now. And you're going to hear different voices, different confidence, and they're going to be telling you about the niches and the growth that they've had in the next 7 or 8 months. But be sure to join us next week here on the Radical Change Now show on the Empowerment channel at Voice America, as we have very special guests next week. I'm going to be introducing you to Art Geiser and Jeffrey Tabor. They are 2 of the most loving, powerful men that I have ever met in my life. They are energy healers. And just to be in their presence, which I've had the chance to do a few times this year, they can actually pick up on what's going on in your body and what do you actually need. So I'm so thrilled that they have agreed to come and do our show for the next 2 weeks. So be sure to tune in next Wednesday, 1 p.m. on the Radical Change Now show, as we have 2 spectacular energy healers, Jeff and Art, joining us for the next 2 weeks. Have an awesome week. Remember, Radical Change is just a phone call away for you at 1-833-447-CHANGE.
Thank you for tuning in this week for Radical Change Now. Be sure to join Dr. MaryOz again next Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific Time and 1 p.m. Eastern Time on the Voice America Empowerment Channel. Until then, have the best week of your life.